Welcome to Changing Lanes with Hartz and King. I'm Hakima.
And I'm Jerry.
And
Thanks for joining.
yeah, welcome. I know that the hour is a little different, and I know we're live right now on Changing Lanes with Hartz and Kings at on our Facebook page.
At
And
5 o'clock.
yes, and it's been a difficult week. We talked about our last week, and we got our guys joining us, Aaron and John. You guys.
Hi.
Yeah, thank you guys for
Howdy.
joining us. I know everything is like last minute. They just learned like maybe 3 minutes ago that they're joining us.
Yes.
Since we're live
I know, I
today.
had to go
We
put on
rolled
a
over.
clean shirt.
As I had
Right,
to
I'm
buff my
glad
head
you
a
got
little bit.
right.
Had a
I'm
quick-
and then Aaron, are you reporting from home? Are you at your house as well?
I'm at my home studio today
studio?
because I just got back from Pittsburgh. So all the equipment that we usually use in the studio
Right.
is sitting in my living room here. I hadn't gotten it back to the studio yet. So
Well, we appreciate you joining us at just a moment's notice. And
of
what about you,
course.
John? Are you joining? I know you're joining us from Vegas, but what are you at your home studio as well? Or are you in
Yes, I'm in
studio?
my home studio today, and as you can see, my fabulous background here for my show, which is Doing It with Styles. Where the hell you guys been?
I don't know. Listen, so we've been traveling. That's our thing. And I just flew in. I just flew back in, and Jerry just got back in town.
I did. Yep.
You are very tan.
I'm very tan.
Yeah, you got some good sun.
I got good sun. This is with a 55 SPF. And, under a tent, and I still got too much sun.
Look at that. And we are joining you guys from our, would I say our studio? This ain't in our studio. This is one of our this is our condo. This is Hartz and King LLC condo that we rent out.
Renovated and
Yeah.
rented out.
The
Yeah.
traveling professional. So we are on location today because we have a lot of move in and moves out, a lot of moving parts going
We
on.
do. This week is rough, and it's July 4th.
Yes.
And so God bless America.
Yes.
And
So is this your corporate
Yes.
condo?
This is
Yes.
our condo. This is this is
corporate-
one that
yeah.
we rent out to our traveling professionals. This one is very successful, guys. We put a lot of elbow grease in this one.
Mhm.
And very rarely do we find it vacant. But we had a move out today,
Mhm.
and we have a move in tomorrow. All traveling professionals. So listen, I get off a plane. Jerry's getting in town, get her hair done real quick, and like let's get here and clean. So that's what you guys are catching us up in. You're catching us between cleanings.
Yes. So Hakima was in there, putting makeup on, and y'all are just getting. This is what.
Yeah, because I didn't look like this 3 minutes ago.
No.
This,
So,
this
but
is
we're
what-
both very proud. You can kind of see the wall behind us. See that accent wall with the
Yep.
kind of 3D kind of thing going on back there. We just try in each of the houses that we do to do something kind of cool like that to when you take pictures and things to like make it pop. So that was Hakima's idea, and then she found this.
Yeah, but we
It's
both
right behind me.
we didn't realize there was a lot of measuring and stuff to go into stuff like this. Like we see it on like your DIY stuff and everybody who's out there with their TikTok and they're doing all this crazy stuff. Yeah, so that's what we did, and it
Yeah.
actually came out pretty well.
It did. And
Yeah.
if we can flip around a little while in a minute.
Yeah, we'll give you guys a little tour. Give them a little
Yeah.
tour. I mean, it's
But
not,
not yet.
Yeah, that'd be
Yes.
cool.
it's not as clean as we like. But then we also, you see our kitchen behind us.
Yep.
Yeah, compliments of Jerry. So Jerry, instead of us rehabbing and doing a brand new kitchen like I like to do, I'm your let me spend some money type of girl.
Yeah.
Because we're just gonna make it back. But sometimes you gotta,
Wait a second.
yeah,
Just slow down a little bit.
right. Because we did a big investment when we did invest in this, and we were like, you know what, let's.
But this is an epoxy poured
Oh yeah,
epoxy poured counter. Can you see it?
see our countertop. It looks
Yeah.
wet. Yeah, Jerry. Jerry did this. Jerry.
Oh.
Look, yeah. Yeah. So Jerry did that. If you guys see our kitchen behind us, that is this paint.
And it
Paint
even
and
did
some handles.
you picked out the wallpaper.
You see our
Yeah.
wallpaper, our backsplash. Yeah. So we will show you that our kitchen probably is like a $200 kitchen, would you say?
That.
If that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, I think the paint, because it was cabinet paint, and that's $45 for like a half gallon, was the most expensive thing, and the epoxy. But I mean, that's the stuff that cost the most.
yeah.
well,
So
I
that's
guess
how we did that.
I guess after a while, when you own property, you have to figure out ways to make things cost effective as owners and to do things that look great, but are very affordable to do.
Right. Now when we got in, we did spend a little bit of money. We because this is kind of like older.
Yes.
Kind of old. So we still had wood trim. like wood color trim.
Yeah, it
around.
was like the
Yeah,
where the white was. It was all very brown and very dated. So
we painted.
mhm.
We did the floors. We updated. What did we update besides? That's
We
it.
did the carpet and the flooring
Yeah,
and painting.
And
That's
painting.
what Diego did, and then Dal did all the wall.
yeah.
Where in town is the property? I believe it's in Norfolk somewhere, John, if I'm not mistaken, from past episodes where they've talked about the property.
That's what I thought.
So
I'm going to have to go check it out one of these days and see for myself,
well, you better start walking now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think their property, because where the main hospitals are located, of course, Norfolk International Airport.
Right.
We were just talking about where that's, ladies and
Sorry about
gentlemen.
that.
Where is the house located?
Yeah, where's the house located?
So this one is located in Chesapeake. So in our Western Branch
Chesapeake.
community.
Yeah, this one's Chesapeake.
Okay, we were
We like the 5 cities though. We are not picky. So
Right.
Virginia
We were-
Beach, Chesapeake, Norfolk, Portsmouth, Hampton, Suffolk, Newport News. I mean, you're wherever. We're good.
Right.
7 cities.
Yeah, but we do pretty good in in Chesapeake, Virginia Beach,
And
and
Portsmouth.
Portsmouth. Yeah.
Mhm. We were speculating that it was Norfolk while you were dealing with your technical issue there because of the convenience of the airport and everything. But yeah, you do have properties all over.
The other thing, this is a big tip that we really try to give the tips. So Norfolk is a trauma center, meaning that there's a heart hospital there.
Mhm.
There's CHKD for the children, so Children's Hospital of King's Daughters, what that stands for. There's EVMS that just merged with the ODU, which is a teaching school.
Yeah.
If you get a gunshot wound or anything like that,
Yeah.
they've got the Nightingale helicopter that
Yeah.
transports you in. So if you have a fire burn, they don't even want you going to any local hospital. You just go straight to Norfolk. So if you're going to do one of these traveling nurse things, houses, and that's what you really want to concentrate on, you look for a trauma hospital
Yeah.
center.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Which is called a level 1.
Yeah.
Level 1 trauma center
Yeah.
is what Norfolk General is. So if you're looking for anything that's going to save your life, Norfolk General is going to be your number 1 hospital.
Right. And like in Las Vegas, I'm sure you have like a local hospital versus one that you really go to if you're going to have like something major going down,
Yeah.
So that's where you have that's where, because they're trying to cut back a lot on these travel nurses just because, everybody's trying to cut back and save money. But the specialists, like, because you don't realize how these nurses, it's not just an RN. I mean, these women are like, and men are really like certified to really
Get it
save
back.
your life. They get it done.
I think we had in here. We recently just had a travel nurse that left today, and her husband's military. He's Navy. So, and she's a traveling nurse. However, she is stationed here in Virginia. But she was telling me about how like now you could still carry on that traveling nurse title and still get paid as a traveling nurse. However, even though you're
Really
stationed in
here.
hospital. Yeah.
Right. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, which is huge because you get it per diem, you get extra pay. I mean, so that it's a really like I would encourage any person that is a nurse of any kind to look into it because they can go see where they want to settle down. They're only there for 13 weeks. That's what the contracts are. Then you can usually extend if they like you and you like them. And then or you could just keep on trucking. And it's just what a way to like see America.
Right. And that's what most of our nurses do. Like a lot of them work during the winter and then take off in the summer. So I've had some nurses go backpacking in Europe for the summer and they just stay with us during the winter. So our summertimes usually our summertimes are usually our busiest times. Like right now, like it is pretty busy out here. That's why you see these turnarounds. So I even have a move in tomorrow. So we have this one. I have a new roommate.
I have 1, 2, 3, 3 this week. So we're like, so this is the thing. And if you want to get into this, and it sounds like it's great because you can get somebody to help you clean and you can get somebody. It's as someone once told me years ago, John Harwood and his friend, the captain of this boat. I used to cook and clean on a boat for a while. It ain't all glamorous.
It's not. It's not like I mean, as a business owner, sometimes you got to roll up your sleeves and get into it. You know.
Yeah.
I interviewed for a job one time here in Vegas, and I met with the owner of the company and the CEO.
Right.
And so, they were telling me all the stuff about the company. So the next day I got a call from the CEO. He said, wanted me to come back in for a follow-up. So I went in, sat down, and he goes, well, Jerry told you all the good stuff. He goes, now I'm going to tell you all the bad stuff.
Oh, right.
And he went through all the crap that they were facing, and he goes, you still want the job? I go, yeah, sure. So anyway, they hired me, but
yeah.
So yeah, it's like, yeah, okay, here's all the great stuff, and here's what we're doing, and we're doing this and we're doing that, but they don't see behind the scenes. They don't see what it takes to make that house what it really is. So
right. Well, and then you go back to like I think we said this in one of our other episodes, that it needs to be clean. And I have to say, Akima is like the queen of clean. Like, I mean, I clean, but she comes back by and can find a little. But it's good. It's good because somebody will complain about the little sitting there. So I'm
we call that nitpicking.
Yeah.
No, it's not. John, when you go to one of those nice hotels in Vegas and you like, I'm just on staycation, you don't want to see not one piece of hair that don't belong to you, correct?
Well, that would be a problem that would be a problem all unto itself.
I know, because either one of them, you would know something was wrong if either one of them had found an extra hair.
Because if it's not gray, or if it's something that didn't start from us, there's a problem walking in.
There's a problem, but you don't want to see it.
No,
the difference between us is this is a choice for me. I just cut it all off.
Okay, all right.
If I wanted the same bozo fringe that you got going, I could do the same thing. Don't you worry.
These two are close to be able to talk like that.
Right. Yeah, so I enjoy cleaning it. It definitely takes a lot of stress away from me. And you guys know I was like, for the past 2 weeks, I've been in Ypsilanti. Well, my daughter's, I'm saying it wrong, Ypsilanti, Michigan, taking care of her. She just underwent a successful surgery on Friday.
Good.
But like every day, she's doing really good. And I'm so proud of her.
Yeah, should be proud of her.
You just had her on the show a few weeks ago.
We did. And listen, every day I was there, because she knows as soon as I get there, it's like, all right, well, Mama's gonna have to clean, right? So I stay with her in her condo, but it's like, nope, we got to clean your room, we got to change your sheets, we got to do all, like, I got to make it like home.
Well, not only that, but she's gonna be laying in those sheets. She needed to clean those sheets.
Well, we had to cuddle. We laid in those. We laid for 2 weeks together. For 2 weeks.
So this is the other thing, and guys, you can tell me if I'm weird for this, but like, I miss cuddling with my son, right? But I think it's weird a 19-year-old and his mother cuddling. So I'm very jealous of my friends that have female kids, like that have girls, because they get to cuddle. I mean,
she
like,
needed her mama.
Absolutely, but I want to cuddle, and I'll give them a hug in the morning. I'd be like, "Hi, I'm so glad you're home," and then it's extra long. But then I'm like, "Okay, this is weird. I gotta get up,"
Right, but listen, it's gonna come that time, that emergency call, where he's gonna enjoy laying with his mom. You get what?
Well, yeah, but I just think it's a weird thing. I mean, I don't know. Is it weird? Did you guys ever get to lay around with your mom and watch TV?
I mean, not at 19, maybe at 9.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But she's 21. Her daughter's 21. I have another girlfriend, and I have 2 girlfriends. They have a 30-year-old daughter. One has a 30-year-old. One has a 32-year-old. And they're like, we're going to watch the Gilmore Girls and cuddle. And I'm like, oh my God, you guys are so lucky because I don't get to cuddle.
Well, I mean, let's put this in perspective. If my daughter and her boyfriend came over and she's out in my pool on a raft and I want to jump on the raft with her, yeah, we'll jump on the raft together, but we're not canoodling on the couch watching Gilmore Girls.
I mean, it's not like a serious spoon, like I'm big spoon, you're a little spoon, but it's like, listen, she could not walk,
no, but that's
and then we're watching TV all for 2 weeks. So I'm literally catering to her hand.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, you need,
and she might need to get off and get to something, and I'm the only one that could use my legs to get there.
An
Oh,
yeah.
ACL and MCL and all those CL tears. You're
Well,
talking
this
about,
one is an Achilles. This is her
oh,
first
it's the Achilles.
ankle.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
this is the
Achilles tendon.
Achilles.
So
Yeah.
I'm sure she's moving and she's already done PT starts and things, but you're talking a minimum of what, 8 months maybe for,
Before she could, yes, for recovery. But then,
yeah,
like, this is I also learned is different from her knee because we've
right.
had 4 or 5 major knee surgeries, right?
Oof,
And this is like a Achilles. So, like, she's able to put her knee on a scooter and,
Oh.
like, you know,
you at least
scoot
get
around.
around.
Yeah, before, like, on your when you have knee surgery, you're in a wheelchair. So there's no other device besides that crutches
right.
that you could do. So, but yeah, I enjoyed it, and we binge watched Love Island. Let me tell you something. Our kids watch the craziest stuff, right? And I'm like, and I'm sitting there like the first episode, like, are we seriously watching this? And she's like, yeah, mom. And since I'm enjoying my cuddle time, I'm going to watch what she wants to watch. Let me tell you something. That episode 3, my kid's knocked out, and I'm like episode like she's knocked out. I watch
You're
every
into it.
episode.
Yeah.
Episode 23 now, and she has to go all the way back to watch these episodes.
And you're gonna be
And
waiting.
Right. And then the next day, I'm like so upset with these kids on this show. And I'm telling her like everybody's business on the show. Because I don't gossip, but like now we're girls and we got to gossip about Love Island. So
I'm
yeah.
over here watching Squid Game.
I just finished watching Squid. Well,
Me
I'm in
too.
episode 3, but
Oh.
it's stuff like that that I'm like
Yeah.
I'm enjoying
Yeah.
because I don't have to work. I'm being like I get to have like it's not really lazy mode, but you're in lazy mode because you can't really do anything.
Brainless. I call it
Yes.
brainless entertainment. Yeah.
Right. So how many season? Well, third season of Squid Game. How many episodes are there in the third season? 8. I'm on number 3, so I got to catch up. But it's
You haven't
really
even got
good.
started yet.
I know. See, listen.
Oh, let me tell you. No.
Jerry, you and I'll just go over here in this corner while you're talking.
I
Squid
know,
Game.
like
John,
whatever, you know.
I am now emotionally attached to these shows. Like I'm emotionally invested in these relationships.
Yeah.
You know, like Jerry, like I was
I'm
even
still stuck on Luke and Laura from 1980 or whatever.
Ah!
I mean, that's the last time.
General
Anybody
Hospital.
Bill?
No, that was General Hospital.
Oh, General.
General Hospital.
Yeah, when Luke and Laura got married.
Oh my
Wow.
God, I remember that. You know what the funny thing is about that? I actually broke my ankle on a field trip in 9th grade, and I was laid up watching that wedding, just like Akima's daughter is laid up with the surgery repair watching their stuff.
Watch,
You know
right.
what's really sad?
What is
I
it?
remember Luke and Laura.
That is sad.
It is. I mean, I could see her like crazy headpiece veil that she had that crazy veil on and is really puffy.
I don't expect men to
and
watch
he had
General
a-
Hospital.
Oh, it was the thing.
And then Robert, the police detective, came in and screwed up their entire wedding. Hello, Robert. Robert, the Australian police detective, comes to Port Charles and starts
really.
spawning all over Laura.
Oh,
This is
MG.
sad.
See?
This is sad.
Yeah, but
We have to
You
get
need a
live,
life.
you guys.
yeah. Well,
We used to watch
I'm happy to be
Survivor
back
about this.
though. I am. I'm just so happy to be. I feel like a newfound, like just being a little free. I try not to be so down because I'm with her, and just her circumstance. But it's just
Is she home from the hospital or is she still?
yeah,
in the
she is. Yeah, it was a like a same day procedure or surgery, 3 hours this time. So
Okay.
really, I mean, she did this like a champion. Like she was sitting there looking at videos, like it's gonna hurt. People are telling me how bad Achilles are because she's never had ankle issues.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, like this is the first time she actually was conscious going out of the hospital.
Wow.
Right. I mean, leaving.
She's amazing.
So she
She's
did
a strong person.
And
Was
then
it
You have
a
good
complete
support
care?
system at home?
Yeah, she does. So she does have a support system with her now.
Good.
So that's the only reason I was comfortable in leaving
Yeah.
because you kind of like, can you
Hey,
get
it's
around?
your kid. It's hard to let them.
And far
Be
away.
adults.
Far away. That's not
Right.
It's not close.
Oh yeah, I knew yesterday she was ready for me to go when she's like, oh, I got that, mom. I'll fix my own meal. And 2 weeks she's not said she's gonna cook for herself. But
It's like,
yesterday,
I'm good.
like I got this. I can fix my own. And I say meal, I mean a bowl of cereal. Like I can fix my own cereal, mom. Because listen, the whole week, the 2 weeks. I mean, we went through some boxes of cereal and some milk. We My favorite meal is a cereal
Oh, well, there you
and
go.
a steak.
And
What kind of cereal?
So Cookie Crisp and Fruit Loops. It gotta be like not anything serious.
well, no wonder you're like, I've just been snacking and I feel all the sugar issues. It's like, yeah, you do. So now it's back to game on.
Yeah, game on, getting our summer together and these priorities.
So it's July 4th weekend. What are the big things that you guys are celebrating?
July 5th, I turned 61, baby.
Are you really, Aaron? I thought you just had a birthday.
No, happens July 5th
No,
every year.
he's just been talking about it for 2 months.
He's
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
61.
everybody celebrates their birthday month. Why not?
Right. No,
Why
you're
not?
right. Usually
Why
we
not?
celebrate the entire month. So you say July 5th?
5th, Saturday.
What are you doing for your birthday?
Hosting Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips at 11 a.m.
Okay.
And then probably just a dinner because on the 4th, we have our daughter and her boyfriend and a bunch of her CrossFit friends and folks coming over to celebrate. So probably quiet Saturday and Sunday because then the following week, my dad and his significant other from Vegas are flying out. My sister and brother-in-law from Jersey are coming down. So the following week, I'll have a house full for everything. But
Oh,
yeah,
good.
so
I believe it's Saturday. They're gonna have a special firework for your birthday. Firework.
oh, really? Well, that would be all right.
Downtown Norfolk, is it? Or Virginia Beach?
Chesapeake, Virginia Beach.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
See,
And it's
She's
that's
out of
just
here.
yeah.
Because
country-
Aaron's turning 61.
That's right. The country celebrates my birthday a day early. That's the whole thing. We celebrate a whole
Except-
weekend.
Right. Except for when it falls on a Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now
That's true.
Saturday's your day. Yes.
I still celebrate Fridays. Whatever the 4th and 5th are together, I just take them both.
There
Yeah.
you go.
There you go.
George
I'm just
M.
happy to be
Cohen.
off for work.
Right. George M. Cohen. Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Very distant relative.
Right.
That's awesome.
John, what do you have? What do you have going on for July 5th?
Well, let's see.
Oh,
Because I'm
At
pretty sure
8
he's
o'clock,
working.
I have the Aaron's Hour show. At
Oh,
10 o'clock, I have a wrestling show. And then I'm going home and hiding because being out in Vegas
Vegas,
on
oh,
the 4th
yeah.
of July is not the place
crazy.
to be.
Oh yeah.
You
wow.
know?
So what do they do? Like, what is that hotel that has all the fountains going off? Do they like
We have-
paint
we
that
have
all red,
fire-
white, and blue?
I have a great fireworks story.
That's the
Because every year,
Mirage,
out on the
Bellagio.
strip, they shoot off fireworks off the roof of all the
10 of
hotels
them.
and stuff like that. And so,
Only 10 of them, not all of them.
no, but a bunch of them.
Enough
So,
of them.
They don't know the difference. Shut up.
Oh, I'm sorry. All of them. All of them.
So-
There's gonna be some nice pool parties.
So
In Vegas.
this young lady that I was dating at the time, who actually lived in Arkansas, flew out
Okay.
to Vegas. Her first time in Vegas, right? And it's for the 4th of July weekend. We're out on the strip. There's thousands of people out there. We're all waiting for the fireworks. And it turns out that year they were doing the fireworks display from the Silver Bowl, which is way out of town.
Wow.
And
Okay.
We're
Used
all
to be where
standing
UNLV
and they
plays
shoot
football.
off one fireworks, just one.
What?
That was it, And so the joke was always she came all the way out to Vegas to see the firework.
Yeah, firework.
But it was like, and everybody's just kind of standing there going, what the hell? And one of the security guys came by and said, well, didn't you guys hear the displays out at the Silver Bowl this year? And if you really look, you could kind of see it off in the distance. But
Oh wow.
anyway,
So I'm sorry, because
I can't answer that one. No,
I know.
that's personal. So.
Well, no, it was kind of a personal question for you. Were you dating this girl?
Yeah.
So
So you want to hear the story?
no,
I'll tell you the
I do
story.
want to hear that. I do want to hear it, but I want to know if the one firework, like, did that set the pace for your relationship?
Oh, yeah, it was
No,
a dud. It was a full dud.
we had to go make up for that.
Okay.
So here's the story, okay? So I was working for a timeshare company at the time, and my boss and I, the CEO, the one who had interviewed me, we were in Branson, Missouri, because we were looking at purchasing a timeshare
Big
project
building,
there
right?
that was they had started building it and then, ran out of money and stuff. So we were going to buy it, finish it up, blah, blah, blah. So, and it just happened to be my boss's birthday. So we're sitting in the bar at the hotel. It's our last night there. And this young lady walks in, sits down across the bar from us. She turns out she was there with her daughter who had just graduated high school. So my
Good
boss,
age.
of course,
Good age.
being the timeshare salesman that he is, starts talking to her, blah, 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 blah. And so her and I got to talking. She was into photography, was wanting to learn about photography. I was into it, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I said, hey, that's it, man. I'm done. I'm tired. Got to get up early, catch a plane. I'm going up to the room. He said, okay, I'm going too. So we're going in the elevator, and he's telling me, John, you should have stayed there, man. That woman was all over you. You could have, anything. And I said, hey, don't worry about it. I know what I'm doing. So next morning we fly home. The couple days later, I get an email from her, hey, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, we started this long-term relationship. And so when I got the email, I told her what my boss had said. So she wrote me another email that was kind of like pretty racy. I took it to my boss and said, see, I told you. So anyway, we carried on about a 3-year relationship that was.
You said she was from Arkansas?
Yeah.
Well,
Little Rock.
racy means is that she was going to kiss him with her teeth in.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, and
Lord.
she was a nurse, by the way. So,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
But anyway, yeah, we had a lot of fun, and I was doing a lot of traveling at the time. So whenever I'd have to go do a project for a week, she'd fly in. I'd make sure that I was there for a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and then fly home on Tuesday. So work for 3 days, have the weekend off. We'd go to all over the place and have fun. And so anyway, and we're still good friends. So
That's good.
That's always good.
Good
Yeah.
That's good. She's still waiting for the fireworks.
Yeah. She's waiting for the part.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the fuse is burned out now, so
Right. No oohs and ahs now, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, we've been shooting the bull here for a little while. Do you think it might be a good idea to take a commercial break?
Yes. Yeah, we're going to do it. Let's do a commercial break.
You want to do a commercial break? Okay.
Hey, everybody, you're watching Changing Lanes with Akeem and Jerry. They're back in the house. I'm Aaron. That's John. We'll be back right after that.
Hartz and King LLC is where comfort meets class and real estate works for you. We're your corporate housing specialists, helping traveling professionals find high-end, fully furnished homes for 30 days or longer. Whether it's a temporary contract or a career move, our properties deliver cleanliness, safety, comfort, and convenience, all wrapped in luxury. Looking to maximize your rental income with quality tenants and stress-free property management? We've got you. Ready to start your own corporate rental business? We offer coaching and consulting with affordable packages to help you launch, grow, and thrive. And if you're looking to buy or sell your home, our very own Jerry Hartz, licensed realtor with 25 years of experience, is ready to guide you in every step of the way. Real estate, real people, real results. Hartz and King LLC, your corporate housing specialist, where legacy begins.
Well,
And we're
welcome
back.
back. Yes, welcome back to Changing Lanes with Hakima.
And Jerry.
And we have Aaron and John joining us today on Changing Lanes with Hartz and King. Now, this is like one of our just, running the mills. Like, we got to do our podcast. And, sometimes we change lanes and do different things. So, thanks for joining us and coming back with us. You guys can find us. We're going to take a hiatus here for July and August, just to get some things together. But you guys can always follow us at Changing Lanes with Hartz and King at Facebook. Also, Changing Lanes with Hartz and King at Instagram, our Instagram page. And also YouTube, you can find our past shows, our past podcast shows.
And we would really appreciate if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. So,
Yes.
and then, so we're going to come back. When we do come back, we're going to have a little bit probably different format with really some bulleted tips and tricks for everybody, and really like zone into how we can, like if you're watching us, you can quickly get some really good tools.
Yeah.
So
Definitely want to be more intentional.
yes. And so Aaron, talking about that, I was thinking about, like, we know that you do this, we know that you produce our podcast for us, but you also mentioned to Patrick 6A that you do like the Facebook and Instagram posts and things like that. Is that true?
Yeah, I do all the promotional posts for my shows, promoting shows that are in the can, so to speak, once we're done with them. So, yeah, I mean, I stay on top of social media. I would dare say I'm probably a Facebook stalker, which started when I was back in Vegas. I started substitute teaching. So during the day, that kind of took me out of all the networking meetings I used to go to. I was a networking theme, breakfast and lunch primarily. And so Facebook has really become a big part of my networking for people that, everybody, like you guys said at the top of the show, you guys are busy. So when I know I try to reach people during the day, they're busy, but I always know at Facebook, there's someone who's always going to be on that Facebook. When I see that green little light next to their name in the messenger box, I usually just follow up. Hey, I know you've been busy. I left a message, what's going on? Or one of the things I like to do, there's two groups of people that I'd like to refer. And, when I see somebody on Facebook, oh, I need this, I need that, I'm looking for this. First of all, my own sponsors, obviously, I'm going to try to support them and connect them. But anybody else I'm affiliated with, like with you guys, both, with the real estate and the corporate housing, pest control, anybody that I'm dealing with, I'll recommend Kiwanians and people that I know. So I'm also out there trying to help build social media connections for everybody else. Now that I'm a member of the Hampton Roads Chamber, I've got all those connections now with people that I'm meeting with. So I live on social media because I got to be doing something right with 80,000 views a week on my show and another 80,000 on the Kiwanis Connect show. I just opened up WWDBTV.com, the website for our shows as well. So I'm starting to incorporate that. And as you see on the logo above my head here, WWDB.TV, an affiliate of WWDBTV. This is like how NBC has stations all over the country. I'm associated with John. We're doing this together, which is why our shows are on both of our feeds. Social media, it can be very daunting if you don't have it down pat. And I've tried hiring people to post for me. They just don't have my voice, dare I say, and how I like to write and interact and type and the things that I share. Also, too, I use it for bookmarks. Everybody wonders where I come up with the stories I talk about on Saturdays. Well, my MSN feed on my phone has great stuff, and I just simply share it to my Facebook page, and I use it to share. But quite frankly, it's my cheat sheet Friday night. What do I want to talk about on my show on Saturday? I just go back to my Facebook page and I look at the stories that I've shared, and I use that as my bookmarks for my material each week. So I live on social media. I don't do as much on LinkedIn as I probably should. X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it now. When I remember, I'll post something out there, But LinkedIn is a different animal than Facebook, as is YouTube. I mean, Facebook now has changed again their algorithms, and they continue to change how they do business. So YouTube now has to become more vital for what I do for everybody and for myself.
Yeah, absolutely. YouTube actually was years ago. I remember, and I was way more shy than I am now as far as like getting in front of a camera. Like now I could care less. I mean, I am what I am and whatever, But this was 15 years ago. Somebody was saying, get yourself a QR code and start a YouTube channel because one day that's what you're going to need. And sure enough, here we are. Right. You need a QR code and you need a YouTube channel. So
I haven't subscribed to the QR code method. I'm still very old school with business cards and, snapping pictures that way. I just haven't done, because you know what? If you crap out on your phone and you lose all your contacts, I go to doctors. I still have them give me appointment cards because I put them on my calendar at home. And if my phone craps out, at least I can still get my heart checked. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
sure. Yeah. I mean, everybody has their own thing, but it is like you could get paid off a little QR code, Aaron. We're going to hook you up with a QR code.
Yep.
What's happening? Who's playing music?
I don't know. John, is that your phone? You play music?
Yeah.
He's like a squirrel. He's all over.
Okay, and now here's the downside. Okay, so every one of the shows that I do and the ones that Aaron does and all that stuff, I have to be an admin on their page. You guys know that, right?
Yes.
This thing never stops going ding 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 from all of those people. So that's why you see me here.
We appreciate you. We have had times when we know we've been dinging you while you're in another show and you've taken care of whatever we asked for. So we appreciate that you're
Yes.
paying attention. No,
I don't mind that part. I just this guy drives me nuts.
Yeah, and we get it because I know like sometimes I try to keep up with our Facebook pages.
Oh my gosh, you do a great job.
And my own as
Mhm.
well. But it's constantly trying to post to keep your audience engage with
Yeah.
something is sometimes it could be, and especially when like stuff like last week I don't know how much I post in
It
the
doesn't
last
matter,
like 2
but
weeks, but
it's
Well, I'll tell you, the real value of YouTube is actually my server, because that way it keeps track of all of the views. When you take a link from the show, you put it on your Facebook page. When they
Right.
click that, it gets counted on your YouTube channel. And
oh
so,
okay.
so you don't have to go, okay, I
Learn
got
something
100
every
here, I
day.
got 600 here, I got 85 here, I got 35 here. They all count.
Conversely, though, if people are going to reference the Facebook link, okay, what's happening now is back in March, Facebook said, y'all are using too much of our space on our servers for Facebook Live.
Right.
So every 30 days, y'all better download your videos before we should ban them off your page. So what's going to happen now is everybody's Facebook Lives, you're only going to have about 30 days worth of shows on there, which is okay because as long as the view numbers stay the same in that month, it doesn't hurt too much. But every video will still be available on YouTube. If they're shit canned on Facebook, doesn't not
matter.
impact YouTube, which is why.
And the thing is, by just using your YouTube link and putting it on your Facebook page, you are not taking up storage space on there.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
But the
So
live
when you
shows,
do Facebook Live, you
when
need
you're
to
doing
make sure
Facebook
you.
Live, that is taking up their space, and that's the ones
But-
they're talking about.
So, but when you do Facebook Live, that records it and they stick it on the back thing. So we need to take that and put that on the YouTube channel as well, because they're going to get rid of the Facebook Live. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, but you already have it on YouTube
we do
because of how John is shooting your show out. You're already on YouTube. There's nothing you have to do.
Yeah.
Well, you guys
just
don't.
trying to like.
Yes, you're right though. Procedurally,
realize what's happening behind the scenes.
Right. Yeah, no.
So they do keep us up to date. So all of our shows, probably by like a few hours after we record this live, is on our YouTube.
Yeah.
No, right away. As soon as the show
there
ends.
immediately.
He does.
As soon as this show is over, it's there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on YouTube? Okay.
So this was
on YouTube and on Facebook.
So I have to share a little small win because I was excited. So I had I was on vacation with Dow's family. He's a huge family, and a lot of them came in from Kentucky. And one of the girls said, so I was watching your podcast the other day. I know. I was like, oh, you did. So I was very excited. But the funny part was she goes, that Hakima is funny. Because she was all excited when you were like talking about how good looking Patrick was.
I felt like Chuck Woolery in the studio that day. I didn't know what I was supposed to do.
Well, when he first told us his name, I was like, 6A. That's 6A. I was like thinking sexy, right? Like,
right. Like, why is he working on this? Yeah. And then, but I mean, you look like you're going to eat him for lunch. I mean,
you know what? When your friends have good looking friends, like,
oh, it's a bonus. Yeah, it's all good.
I mean,
so
Jerry keeps some good looking friends around, guys. I'm just letting y'all know.
I mean,
on both sides.
I mean, look at you. Look at you.
She's an equal
get some bonus.
So when Jerry invites me out places, of course I go. The food is always good.
Yeah, she likes the food more than this.
So what was the win? So the win was I'm funny, or
the win was that she actually looked at the podcast, and the other win is that you're funny, and that you were absolutely funny.
Did you like? Well, what about me?
No, I actually no, I really didn't. I was just happy that she. Yes, I was happy that she even looked at it, and then I thanked her. Because we're all driving in our separate ways home, and so I was thanking everybody for this, that, and the other. And I was like, thanks so much for tuning in to our podcast. You know, it means so much. And your feedback is really important. Thank you, thank you. And she was like, you know, you guys are really giving people a tool and they need it. And, you know, you have a heart, you both of you have hearts of gold and it's fun to watch. So it was really like I got the chills.
Good.
Because she's not one to mince words. So I felt,
Good.
yeah.
That is, you know what? We love it.
Yeah.
Love it. That is a win.
Yeah, it was a win. I mean, especially this woman is busy. She's a horse breeder. She's outside. She is not inside. She's with vets. She's got 140 horses that she's making sure can get pregnant. You know, and then she's making babies and they're having babies and they're making sure the babies are alive and working and walking. So she is not. So for her to take the time to
watch our show.
What's
her name?
JB Orem and Michael Orem. They are in Paris, Kentucky, and I'm trying to think of the name of their farm. Woodland.
Well,
Woodland
we gotta have you on our show.
Oh,
When
absolutely.
we come back in September.
JB.
Yes.
Yes.
And thanks for watching us. And I'm glad I'm funny. like now Jerry will say some crazy and then I just think we feed off each other very well.
I think we both say some pretty.
I think we
crazy
probably
things.
together could do a stand up because like the craziness that come out of
Oh,
our
yes.
mouth. So but
the
thank
good
you.
thing is we both see a lot of crazy. We both see a lot of sad crazy. We both see a lot of crazy, but we both laugh. So, I mean, because you have to keep it. I mean, life is just ridiculous out there. So, and you got to hold on to your people.
Right. And talking about funny stories, guys, let me tell you this. So in this condo, we had a tenant recently that remember the we had to replace something in our power box. What is it called?
The fuse.
Breaker.
The fuse.
Yeah, the
Yes,
fuse.
the
Yeah,
fuse. So so like I YouTubed it and I realized that, and I used my chat GPT because I went and I
Sam,
replaced it.
her
Yeah,
buddy Sam.
my buddy Sam. I went to I saw this kid say Home Depot. I went to Home Depot and got the fuse, and I came back and our one of our tenants name is Gavin, very nice guy. He was the military husband to the traveling nurse.
Right.
And Jerry never met him, but when she came, the door was open. So she's in here, and we're in the bedroom because that's where our fuse box is. And she's
in the primary bedroom.
right. So she's like, "Hello, and, anybody in here?" And she comes back there, and I'm back there with Gavin, the tenant, the husband of our traveling nurse. She's like, "I thought you were in here getting killed." I'm thinking, like, Jerry, we're saying that in front of our tenant.
I know.
That's just the stuff that we like.
It just comes out of my mouth.
Right.
I still think, but he was nice. He wasn't going to kill, but he can't kill.
Do you guys want me to edit this part out?
Yes.
No, you don't gotta edit this part out. Because I'm like, Gavin's no killer, Jerry.
He knew you were coming.
He knew you were coming. Yeah, but I'm like, well, thanks, Jerry.
Yeah, but they were up in the thing, and what he's got a flashlight in his mouth.
Oh yeah,
trying to like change his thing, and
it was quite a like.
But they're good. We did it. You did it,
and I survived. So, yeah. But these are the kind of like funny moments that we have, especially in the field that we're in. You know, just little stuff like that.
Yeah, the head, that head at the bottom of the
closet that was.
Yes,
we told that.
We did tell that story, but that's still one of my favorite stories. Oh, and then we had a skeleton. We went to go look at a house, and it like had a basement window at the base of the you're walking up, and there's a basement, and there was like a skeleton leaning on the wall, and I was like, ah! And it was like Halloween, and they had. It was just one of the pranks that the owner had done, like left a skeleton down in the basement to scare the hell out of everybody. It worked for me.
Right.
Yeah.
So but our little moments make for funny moments.
Yeah.
You know, especially
makes
to
the day go by. Makes the day go by.
Yeah. So anyway, but we do appreciate you guys for tuning in and always watching us, and I'm glad that we that people really do come back. And I even see when I see our views, I'm always shocked at the number of people that actually genuinely, and then the feedback that we get. Some of it's crazy, but we get some good feedback in our messages.
Yeah.
Did you even go look at that? And you know what? Most of the time I ask Jerry, like, Jerry, you gotta go back and see our podcast. Like sometimes I look at it and I'm like so impressed, like, oh my goodness, we did really well.
You do.
It's
Yeah.
just very nervous at first, like when we do our
I've
podcast.
watched two. I've watched two of them.
Just two?
Maybe
Well,
three.
then you did not listen to my training about how
Right, Aaron. She was not paying attention to
I
class.
do pay
That-
attention.
She was
But
not
the
paying
other
attention to
piece
class.
of training that I have taken very seriously is to learn, like, to listen to those that are coaching you, and to, if they're giving you advice, you should listen to it. She gives me all kinds of advice.
After I
You
go back
give
and
me,
watch
you
it,
give me
Jerry.
all kinds of advice, and I believe you. I got a lot to do.
Aaron,
Right?
Aaron,
Some of us have to work for a living, right?
listen. I'll be at work listening to us, and then I'm like, oh my god, that's good. Because sometimes, like after our podcast, I'm like, oh, that was a hard one. You
Well,
know,
I
like
get stuck on Theo Vaughn. That's a problem.
yeah, like
There-
someday, well, looking at other people,
The
looking at
hardest-
other people podcasts. But sometimes, like I'm like, oh, I don't know how good that one was, or if we had. And sometimes it could just be the mood I may be in
Oh, yeah.
before
Mhm.
So
like
here's-
camera action. Because like when the camera goes on, I'm all smiles, but
Yeah.
behind the smile, sometimes I'm like screaming, like, "Go right." So I go back and look at them just to see, like,
I just scared the
Figure what
crap out of my
attitude's
cat.
coming through.
yeah, you just
The shows-
scared your cat.
I said I just scared the crap out of my cat.
The shows you think are the ones that are terrible, those you go back and you go, it really wasn't as bad. And then
It wasn't.
shows you think are, that really was a pretty good show. You go back and watch it was a piece of crap.
Yeah.
So
So
let me
that's what I'm learning.
So in all seriousness, Jerry, Hakima can give you suggestions. I'll give you
You gotta
until
watch
you go
it.
back, but until you go back and see it for yourself is when it'll make the best impression. I'll give you
So
the best.
honestly, I really it's not a problem. I probably listened and looked at a lot more. I probably have listened to a lot more. If to sit there and like stare at us, I've already
Well,
lived it. It's like getting gas.
You don't have to, you don't have to watch yourself for 60 minutes. Listening is okay.
Okay,
But if you forward through it and watch bits and pieces,
right.
you're
I
liable-
do that.
you're
I
liable to see things, how you're sitting. Remember the last episode where I kept pushing you in because Patrick,
Right.
the way he was
Yeah.
sitting, you were off screen. So the next time that happens, you're going to be conscious to yourself to say,
Sure.
I better move it. So it's those, and the worst student I had, and John will appreciate this, was my old partner. No, not Jerry. Was my old partner Ricky Cash, because for the first time ever, he and I did sports together. We did football for a semi-pro football team in Las Vegas called the Las Vegas Kings. And I love Ricky like a brother. May he rest in peace. But
Aw.
in a broadcast, I was the play-by-play. He was the color commentator, which means in sports, I described what was going on. He had to explain why it happened. So there were times in the game where he would just step all over me as the color guy and become the broadcaster. And I would yell at him, don't do that, don't do that. So one night after a game, we're driving home separately. And we both happened to have been listening to the Monday night football game or Sunday night, whatever it was. And there was a great team doing their broadcasting. And I called Ricky on the phone and I said, are you listening to XYZ? And he says, I am. I said, good, MFer. I said, you pay close attention to how the lead broadcaster and the color guy are working. And he's listening. And he calls me back after the game and he says, you're right. I'm sorry. And never had a problem with him after that. So
Right. Now I do think we work really well together. Like Jerry
guys
is
do.
good. Yeah, she's
Absolutely.
good. I mean, I think we both could take like criticism
Yeah.
well from each other,
Mhm.
and then corrections well from each
Absolutely.
other. Like there's never like a I don't know. I don't think we ever had one of those crazy moments.
Well, I don't think either of us have like huge egos, which I think is probably
Right.
Well, and you each have your own specialties as
Right.
well
right.
that complement
You-
each other.
you guys
that helps a lot.
what you're doing with each other is building on that chemistry that you have in front of the camera. And that only you guys can work on that. John, We can give you suggestions structurally that'll benefit the show and whatnot and teach it. But you guys will always support each other in providing the best chemistry together because you do have great chemistry. You've known each other for so long. You know, you can't teach chemistry. You can't teach chemistry. That's either there or it's not.
Right.
I know.
Right.
That's why I failed in high school. Yeah.
That's why you felt right.
Not the fruit flies, John.
You can't teach chemistry, right?
Right. So, and then Jerry knows, like, in class, she might not be like, it might be going in one ear out the other. I'm taking notes. So
I will say I did notice that when we did the podcast
I got it all
training.
right here.
I got it.
What did you say, Aaron?
I said I did notice that trend when we were doing the podcast training, Hakeem. I did notice that. I would just, you were taking the notes.
All right, well, okay, wait. All right, Jerry, let me ask you this. How many times in your life, even at this point in your life, have you thought, oh, wow, I remember that from high school or junior high school or college, where something's popped into your head and you said, I know this because I remember from back then, right?
It's usually when I see that New Zealand, those guys that do the commentate because in the sixth grade. Yeah, because in the sixth grade, we had an exchange teacher. He taught us that. We all had to get on stage and do that whole thing.
That's the only thing.
So that's pretty much, that's what I got.
Never mind.
See?
You have,
Just kidding.
But no, because I was the same way. I never took notes in school.
The other thing I learned,
it was all stuck right up here.
It did. I did stick. I really do listen. I really intentionally listen. I honestly, especially in real estate, I have to intentionally listen because I have to listen to the data from the man and the emotion of the woman and help merge them together so they don't kill each other. So when they're looking for a house, that's a big thing.
Yeah, you are good at
it. But the other thing that I hopefully learned how to do the right way is I doodled asshole on a desk and I spelled it wrong. And the teacher came up and said, somebody doodled asshole on the desk back here and they spelled it the wrong way. How do you spell hole? So, yeah, those are the two things I learned. Anyway,
so did you spell it WHOLE?
I don't remember. That's a whole problem. I can't remember, and I've got a little bit of dyslexia, so I mean, it's totally something I would do anyway. Like, and also as I'm getting older, so I was in advanced composition in all through college. Like, I really wrote well, and I go so fast now when I email or when I write things that I will use the wrong, like their THEIR instead of THERE, or I'll skip it's like an apostrophe or something. And I go back and I look and I'm writing these emails to like big wigs of like a company or whatever. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I look ridiculously dumb, So, I have to slow down. That's my big takeaway. So I don't have a lot of you do a lot. And my nephew talking about chat GPT. So he is 23 and he's working for one of the big companies around town that does the under the house repairs and things like that. So his supervisor, who I will not name who the supervisor, I'll tell you off camera who it is, told him, not his boss was like, don't write one single email until you put it through chat GPT. And because he followed the instructions of using old Sam, his probably Samantha, he got a promotion. See? There you go.
Look at that.
There you go.
Listen.
So
you got to nowadays. Like, I mean, I'm same way. Like, now, you know what? Just with my profession, like, you always double check your work. You know, and I became a great writer just being a detective, actually. But still, like, when I still write it all out and then put it in chat
GBT.
Yeah.
Right. And then he just does the commas in the right places.
Like, sometimes he spits something out and I'm like, did he even change anything?
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes he doesn't.
Yeah, I think chat thinks I'm amazing. You know what? It tells me that. Like, you know what? You're so awesome. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
Sam and you're so tight.
Name your chat GPT because I'm telling you, I get compliments. so, so
Oh,
again, guys,
this is totally what is going to happen. The toaster's going to be going, no, I'm not going to toast your bread. You're fat.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this. Listen,
You can't, the refrigerator's not going to open. You're going to just want to drink.
So I have to ask this. I have a friend who uses ChatGPT a lot.
yeah,
Right.
She has given her ChatGPT a name. Have you?
That's who
very
Sam is.
important.
That's who Sam is.
Very important to give it a name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't decided mine yet. We're not that close. I got to
Yeah.
get tighter with them.
I'm still having
Start
trouble
giving you
remembering
information.
Alexa.
Right? It'll start giving you information that you need, you know,
Yeah.
like, and that's why I feel like it does. Like, I could put something in there and it'd be like, bing, like, how about this today? Did you
Well,
think about this?
and you have to remember to say please and thank you,
Oh,
because
always.
Absolutely.
when
Always
the
say-
AI takes over, you want to be remembered as one of the nice ones, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
That's why I gave it a name, and that's why I say, that sounds great. Thank you for that.
I mean, y'all are,
John, I
y'all
always
are
ask-
laughing,
I
but
always
I
ask
mean, all
Alexa
I'm picturing is that
for a
Will
daily
Smith
joke.
movie.
What's
Right.
that?
All I'm picturing is that Will Smith movie when all the robots.
I,
were like-
Robot.
Yeah.
iRobot.
But think
I
about
use
before
Alexa-
iRobot.
I use Alexa for daily
Isaac
jokes.
Asimov.
Yeah, you remember Maximum Overdrive, where the
Oh, yeah.
cars took over? That
Yeah.
was way before iRobot. Come
Yeah.
on now, we've been knowing this stuff. Our computers are very smart. I just want to be in the good crowd.
That's why you say
You
please
can't
and
beat
thank
'em.
you,
You
right?
can't beat them, join them.
That's
That's
right.
true.
You know, and
That's
listen,
true.
there this like when I even started using it over almost 2 years ago, it's way more advanced
Oh,
now.
yes,
I mean,
yes.
I could say something. This thing already knows what I'm about to type into it. That's how I feel.
Who's the guy on the Shark Tank that owns the basketball game team?
Mark
What's his
Cuban.
Cuban?
But
Yeah,
yes,
so I
Mark
saw
Cuban.
him online the other day, and that's what he said. He goes, "If I were
Not
60
anymore.
What?
I think he just sold a major interest in the basketball team. He doesn't. He's not the sole owner anymore.
Oh,
But he
gotcha.
is-
care.
Okay.
But
Right, he doesn't care.
He
to get a
said,
job in AI or knowing how to work it. And
well,
knowing
he
everything.
said if he were 16 years old, the only thing he would be doing is listening to podcasts all day on AI because
Right.
we 99.9% of the people aren't going to do a thing with it, but they need help. You know, so if you can get a jump on it, there you go.
I use AI for some of my editing because it automates it. So once I've taught it how to do something, I don't have to do every single step. Once I've taught it
Anymore.
to do it, I can just go click, click, and it'll put those pieces together for me.
Right.
I have to have the pieces there already, and but it's a time saver, and if you're careful and suspicious, you'll do fine. So
Right. You definitely got to be smart when dealing with it. And I know our job teaches us like you can't put your information in there. So
Mhm.
So, but guys, it is almost that time for changing lanes for Hartz and King. Yes, to be over. However, like I do want to say thank you again.
Yes.
For joining us on our show today, and everybody that's tuning in. Thank you guys for watching us. And if there's anything that you want to ask or anything that you want to know, or when we come back here in September with our show, just send us a message in Facebook or an Instagram account.
Mhm.
Let us know things you want to talk about. Like I said, we try to be intentional now, but we want to be kind of more intentional, and we want to set up those things that you can actually go and get that information directly from one of our sites,
Right.
or reach directly out to us for assistance. And because I'm very excited where it's going. Just putting that information in the chat, just knowing that corporate housing is going to be the way of the future. People are not,
It is. It is.
people are traveling with their jobs and are doing different
Mhm.
things, and I just think it's amazing. So
It is. You
we
mean
want to show people that, and then we're real estate buying and selling and
holding.
That's my specialty. Holding is my specialty. So,
Yes.
but thank you guys, and we'll see you guys in September.
Yes.
I'm just excited to just get everything taken care of. I am a little overwhelmed, but I'm ready to enjoy our summer, and hopefully John and Aaron, you guys have a great summer. in
We will.
September. We
Yeah.
will
Do that.
Well, you guys will be hearing from us way before September.
No
Word.
doubt. No
yes,
doubt.
Absolutely.
yes, definitely. So
All right.
thank you again for joining us here at Changing Lanes with Hartz and King. We are out of here.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
See ya.
All right.
Bye.